Thank you for tuning into the Filmcast review of Mortal Kombat 2. I'm going to read the plot summary of this movie from IMDb. The fan favorite champions, now joined by Johnny Cage himself, are pitted against one another in the ultimate battle to defeat the dark rule of Shao Kahn that threatens the very existence of the Earth Realm and its defenders. Mortal Kombat 2 is a sequel to the first film that came out a few years ago that set up the Mortal Kombat tournament. That was what happened at the very end of that film.
Was it Surf Dracula, that first movie? Because that first movie is all set up. No tournament.
Yeah.
Right. So for those who don't know, this is something that Devindra and I talked about in our forthcoming conversation with Simon McCoy. But there was a tweet that went viral a few years ago that said, quote, "Back in the day, if you did a TV show called Surf Dracula, you'd see that fool surfing every week in new adventures. But in the streaming era, the entire first season got to be a long-ass flashback to how he got the surfboard until you finally get to see him surf for 5 minutes in the finale," end quote. The entire first movie of Mortal Kombat was Surf Dracula prepping for the second movie of Mortal Kombat when we finally get to see the tournament.
Yeah.
That's kind of
starring a new character we've never heard about either. So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we did hear about him in the first film, but like he wasn't a...
That's what I mean, though. The first film...
Cole Young,
starring an actor, Louis Tan. I love Louis Tan, but nobody gives a fuck about Cole Young. I'm sorry.
Cole Young Hive, rise up and comment.
And tell us what you think of this movie.
Yeah, tell Devindra Hardawar what you think. Okay, all that said, Devindra Hardawar, we're finally at the tournament.
Yeah.
It's finally the thing that all Mortal Kombat fans have dreamed of for years. Again, because we've done that before.
We got it in the very first movie.
Very movie. But anyways, it's here again in the modern era. What did you think of Mortal Kombat 2?
So I'm probably going to be in the minority here and just saying this movie freaking rips. I think like you're making a Mortal Kombat movie, you got to know what you're doing here. You're not remaking The Godfather. You are taking something that is inherently stupid and campy and just trying to make a story of it. I saw the first reboot and I thought it was perfectly fine. Some of the fight scenes were good and like some of the ways they built up the characters were interesting, but it totally missed like what people want from Mortal Kombat, which is the vibe and a bit of that camp too, and also the tournament. And let me tell you, now that that table setting is done, this movie just gets to focus on the fun stuff. So you get all the tournament. You get some really upgraded fight scenes too. I love the choreography. I love a lot of the action in this movie. We talked about it in our interview. And like I clocked it. It's like you're doing something different here. And Simon McCoy had mentioned that like they spent a lot more time designing those fight scenes. Like they just put a little more effort into it. And I think you can really tell here. The biggest downside of this movie is that it does not stand on its own. If you've not seen the first reboot, it is completely nonsensical. You just want to understand what's going on because they don't even take time to really set things up. But for what it is, like I had a really great time with it. The way they incorporate fatalities, the way they use the environments for some of the fights. This is a movie where the fighting is more important than the talking. And I think like a lot of great martial arts movies, like that is the thing that reveals character and tells you things, even if it's not the words people are saying. So I found all that great. And also, Mr. Carl Urban, who I've loved forever. I was amazed when they picked him as Johnny Cage because he always seemed like the guy like you will throw into a B movie project, right? The guy you'll throw into your fantasy or sci-fi thing, and he'll accompany the lead, right? He'll be next to The Rock in Dune. He'll be the guy fighting Jason Bourne. He'll be not the captain of the Star Trek Enterprise, but just one of the side characters there. Carl Urban, always around, and I've always loved his work. And this gives him like practically a starring role. Like he is the centerpiece of that poster, and he is a guy that knows exactly what project he's in every single time, right? You're Johnny Cage. You're not a beloved character. In fact, he's a historically kind of like asshole. Like he's a character people love to hate in the series because he's just like an asshole, but they built a little bit of backstory into him. He plays the role as a washed up action star, which you could argue that Carl Urban in his 50s making a Mortal Kombat movie, there's maybe a bit of a reality there, but he is playing it, right? Like he has the Bruce Campbell juice of how you handle camp, and he is having fun with it. And I found that all just really, really fun. So it's not like a freaking masterpiece, and even in terms of action movies, like I'm more interested in like the Furious, that movie that's coming out like soon, very soon. But for what it is a Mortal Kombat sequel with some great choreography, really great nods to the game, a decent like acknowledgement of camp, like the Uncaged Fury stuff. It's just a lot of fun and really silly, and it also made me think of like, hey, I saw those movies. We saw those movies in the 90s. That's what movies used to be like. And I wrote about this in my Engadget review. I do have a sense like this movie kind of understands what people liked about those movies, what was really bad about them, and how to try to avoid that. It feels like elevated camp, and I think that's something we're celebrating, even if it's not a perfect film.
To be clear, Uncaged Fury, right, is the name
Yeah.
of it? It's a fake film within the film of
It
like
is a fake 90s action film
Johnny
shot
Cage was
in the
starting.
way a lot of those things were, like the Steven Seagal movies where people were barely touching each other during fights. Like, it was really fake. There's a trailer for that. There's a teaser for it on YouTube, too, if you search Uncaged Fury. So you can see what we're talking about.
Jeff Kanata, so curious what you felt about Mortal Kombat 2.
Well, Dave, I guess you could say what I felt about Mortal Kombat 2 is best summed up in the form of a limerick.
Well, let's hear it, Jeff.
It tries to inject personality in the game's convoluted reality. A few fights are fun, but when it's all said and done, it never quite lands its fatality.
Mm.
Listening to Devindra makes me like the movie more than I actually liked it. I want to feel how he felt about it. I think honestly, this is a missed opportunity for you, David, to play the Dave's B Movies song, which I feel like you should always want to play at any chance. This is a B movie through and through. I don't think the movie knows it's a B movie, which is a bummer. Like it's, the Uncaged Fury trailer in it is like, look, hey, remember how B movies used to be? And then it's like, you are one, man. Look in the mirror. I think
some of the fatalities they have fun with some of those things.
They do have some fun.
Yeah.
I think the second half of this movie is much better than the first half, because the second half we just kind of get to fights, and the fights are pretty fun. Not all of them are great in my opinion, but there are a few great ones. I particularly like, my favorite is the Liu Kang and his brother.
Yeah.
Fight.
Not brother, but like family. They're close.
I thought they were brothers. Aren't they brothers? Anyway.
No.
Not up on my Mortal Kombat lore.
Cousins, maybe? Yeah.
Anyway, the fight with the dude with the spinny hat and Liu Kang, very good.
We're going to talk about that in spoilers, because that is one of the funniest parts of the movie.
Dude.
There's an amazing part of that fight. Yeah.
Very fun fight. And there's a few other fights. Now,
my old friend, I will save you. I will save you.
The movie it's tough because it has so many characters and it's trying to do so many things, and it's pulled in all these different directions. Like, who's the main character of this movie? You could argue there's 3 or 4 main characters of this movie,
because it starts with Katana, and that
starts with Katana. We get Johnny Cage for a while, but like there's a large section where he's just absent from the movie. I think the movie comes to life when Kano shows up. Who's the guy that plays Kano? He's great. Josh Lawson. He is so great.
You saw the first movie, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
I forget if we talked about it.
Yes, I think we reviewed it. He's fantastic. And I don't have the Carl Urban love that you do, Devindra. And perhaps this is unfair to say. But my 9-year-old son and all his little 9-year-old friends, I'm sure you guys have heard this. Their way of sort of dissing something is they'll say, "Oh, that's the Temu version. That's the Temu, Temu Spider-Man, Temu, whatever it is."
Wow,
it's amazing. Like what cultural heights that phrase.
He has no reference to what even Temu is.
What is Temu, child? Yeah.
But when I was, in the 80s, it was, that's the Kmart version, right?
Right,
Kmart.
right.
So Temu is that now. I would say, again, I'm fully aware this is unfair, but I think that Johnny Cage in this movie is Temu Wolverine from the first X-Men movie. He's like in the same outfit, white t-shirt, leather jacket. He's just doing all the beats of, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine from the first Wolverine movie. He sees the crazy, wacky world. I don't want to be involved in any of that. I mean, we literally have the same scene of him at the bar, like drinking, like, hey, aren't you? No, get out of here. It's like beat for beat Wolverine from the first X-Men. And I was like, come on, can't we do something?
That's what all the kids are thinking about. Bryan Singer is 19. Was it
Well, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
You know, and so I couldn't get it out of my head.
But
and
the bit, like this opens on him at a nameless comic convention, like at the sad table. The sad table where you're waiting for signatures. You're waiting for fans to come up and nobody like that hit, because we have all been in that place. And I have seen actors I quite enjoy sit there.
Yeah.
And nobody comes to them. And I have actually gone to their tables to be like, hey man, I really liked you in this thing. Deep cut. And then I leave, like, just to throw them a bone, because it's a very sad situation.
It's a wild thing, that situation of just like sitting there like, hey, don't you love me? I'm here to just mine a little bit of that nostalgia of the love. You all love that person more than me. It's a weird thing.
It's so weird.
I didn't think the Johnny Cage character worked at all for me in the movie. Like I said, I felt like it was Temu Wolverine. It just felt like rehashing beats I've seen before. And I don't think his fights work. I didn't buy that the gods would have chosen this dude at all.
We'll talk about this in spoilers. I think the ultimate fruition of that character is kind of funny. It is kind of funny, like what he ultimately decided.
Yeah.
That first movie, by the way, we spent so much time. You got to train. Got to get your superpower. That's what people played with. Every Mortal Kombat game. You got to know what somebody's essence power is, right? Spend 2 hours doing that. No tournament. We're not the tournament yet.
I would have been like, if this movie had been more about Liu Kang, I would have been happier. I think, I was much more interested in that guy. He's very much a side character for a lot. And then for sections, he's like the main. The movie,
that
like,
actor is fantastic too. The actor
he's
who played Liu
great.
Kang and Kung Lao.
He's awesome and clearly can fight.
Yes.
And so this is this weird rotating
cast of characters
that are all vying for main character, and so the movie feels really weird, and like so much of the first half just feels really cheesy to me and like a B movie, but is trying really hard not to be one. And so I don't know, I like I said, hearing Devindra talk persuaded me to not be as harsh on this movie, because there were moments of fun, and I understand that it is campy and it is intentionally campy, but I do think the movie is trying to be more grounded and gritty than it achieves.
The first movie really did that. Like, and I felt like maybe is this like Marvel influencing everything? Like, not everything needs a freaking massive character backstory. Let's just where's the techno music? Where's the tournament? That's all we want.
Right.
Just get us there. This movie
but
kind of
even
gets
that,
us there without
like,
the techno music.
It's kind of goofy how it all happens. I think the visual effects feel very like this movie looks like it was made in the 90s to me.
Yeah.
And maybe that's intentional, but I didn't come away feeling like my time was well spent, frankly.
Well, as usual, I think I'm coming in a little bit between you guys. Let's talk about the stuff that I really enjoyed about the film, right? First of all, I think the movie does a pretty good job of nailing a lot of the looks of the characters. In particular, I was very impressed with Baraka. Like, that is a character that is like looks. That is like what that character would look like in real life.
It's like, even more horrific than the games.
It's a direct like one-to-one comparison, right?
I'm curious how much of that was digital and how much of it was just practical.
I think it was all prosthetic.
It looks very practical. I'm sure it was sweetened to some degree,
but I've seen like behind the scenes photos, and it looks like the whole thing is there. So
anyway, but I do think I'm guessing
the arm stuff. The arm stuff, I'm sure, was like more digital. But anyway, I'm saying like the face stuff. That's where it counts, and I thought that was great. And also, if you are a Mortal Kombat fan, I think this movie, like I imagine young David Chen, who loved going to the arcades and pumping quarters into the Mortal Kombat machines, like would have lost his mind if he watched this movie when I was like a teenager. Like, just the idea of it's the thing from the game and now it's in real life and they're fighting. And by the way, it looks like the game. Like there's some shots
we went through in the first Mortal Kombat movie. Like, we do have to discuss like what a cultural moment that was, because again, not a great movie, but it did build a vibe. And the vibe was the music. The vibe was, we have not seen special effects like this before. And we've also
Sorry, are you
never
talking
really
about the
seen
Paul Thomas Anderson? Or
the very Paul,
Yes.
the
Okay,
Paul
yeah,
Thomas,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
The
what I think is
Paul-
the problem, is that
Yes.
that movie did the vibe better than these two movies did.
But also, that wasn't really the vibe. It was the vibe of the 90s. That wasn't the vibe of the game, right? The games weren't like hardcore techno. It was just like, you took all these parts and made this object that is so wild and so entertaining and so much fun. And they didn't even do that again, right? Annihilation was the sequel to that movie, and like it didn't quite work. Why don't you? We saw what happened in the 90s. You play the music at the end of this movie. Instead, this entire movie is scored by generic sounding action score. Like, just build the vibe. Yeah, that's what people kind of want.
By the way, the score, I just want to say this, the score of the original Mortal Kombat movie was also awesome. There's a track on that movie called A Taste of Things to Come, I believe.
Mhm.
I think it's by David Arnold. I'm not 100% sure who wrote the score for Mortal Kombat 1 original. But anyway, that score was also used in other things. Like, that's how good it was. It was I'm pretty sure they used it in the commercial for Rumble in the Bronx. You know, like but also I think what Jeff is pointing to is that in many ways the Paul W.S. Anderson Mortal Kombat film is more grounded than this one. You know,
I don't know
and
about that. I don't know about that,
like this one is like wild and fantastical,
because that
and
movie is just like, forget grounding. Forget it, man. We're in the game. This movie starts with Mortal Kombat. So get to Mortal Kombat. That's all.
I
No
don't know, man.
backstory.
I
Very little
scream at you.
backstory. Yeah,
I
it's
think
screaming at you to have fun.
The issue with this one is that this movie, in my opinion, there's a couple issues. Number one, its reach exceeds its grasp. It is trying to portray this massive, sprawling fantasy world. There's all these different realms, and they have this weird tournament structure where the realms can take over each other. And we're at the 10th tournament. There's been 9 previous tournaments. No idea what happened during those, but like this is the 10th one, and you need to be ready for it. And like, in my opinion, the movie just didn't have either the budget or the time or whatever to
Wait, so you want more backstory?
Not even.
We
not
need
even
another
backstory.
movie. We need another movie before we get to the tournament. Dave, what happened to tournaments 1 through 9?
Can I
How did we
say
get here?
Okay, can I finish? I'm not even talking about backstory, Devindra. Okay, I'm talking about, can you visually convince me that these are people actually in these places? It often looks like green screen or volume or whatever in a way that feels very unconvincing to me. And that is because I think this movie is much more ambitious than the first film. Like the first film, the one that the 2021 one, right? Directed by the same guy. Most of the fights took place in recognizably Earth-bound locations.
Written by somebody else entirely, by the way. So this
That's
one's written by Jeremy Lee Slater. That first movie, it felt like that was written by a fan. Like, this is my Mortal Kombat fan film, the origin of Scorpion.
Right.
Origin of Sub-Zero. How did we get here, man? And it's.
But I have to say,
it is crazy that this movie basically has no Sub-Zero and no Scorpion. I mean, not completely, but
let's talk in spoilers about where that goes. But I think the Jeremy Slater, I believe, gave an interview to IO9 where he described a lot of the approach to this as the Key and Peele Gremlins 2 sketch.
Yeah.
Where people are naming things like, should that go? What if what if there's a hot gremlin? What if there's a gremlin that uses electric powers? And then there's a guy in the executive room that's like, it's in the movie. It's in the movie. It's in the movie. Like, everything is in the movie. And that's the case. And literally, this is the comparison they use. This is not me. They said it's like the Gremlins 2 movie where we just threw everything in the movie. And I think that makes for a movie that Mortal Kombat fans of the video game are going to have a blast watching, and virtually no one else, in my opinion. You know, like, I just think that most people who aren't fans of the video game or the first film, there's not going to be that much to hold on to here, because I think a lot of it's going to be, a lot of it's going to be total, a lot of it's going to be total nonsense. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I would say, at the very least, fans of action movies, the choreography is good. I've seen a lot of bad choreography in my life, and this movie does the things like, you give me complex, really interesting moves. You give me time where the camera pulls back and just lets people fight in a wide shot too that is evocative of the games. Like, it does enough to be like, oh, I enjoy these fight scenes, you know?
Yeah, I will say there's a handful of fight scenes that are very good. And Jeff mentioned the Liu Kang Kung Lao fight scene. They are cousins, by the way. that was like probably
They're
one of the better fight
the
scenes.
magician's first cousin. I'm told.
Yeah, nice job.
My problem with that though is that I fairly recently saw Blades of the Guardians. Which have you guys seen that yet?
Yeah.
No, I
saw
wanted
it.
You guys
to,
have to see that movie.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it has ruined me
Mhm.
for fight scenes in 2026. Because
Yeah.
like I like you, Devindra, I'm excited for what's it called?
The Furious.
The Furious. I'm very excited for that movie. But
Yes. I forget
there's
things about
nothing in Mortal Kombat 2 that even
You know what's funny? though, Jeff?
approaches Blades of the Guardians.
Blades of the Guardian stars it has Jet Li in it, directed by Yuen Wu Ping. I thought it was perfectly fine. You know, like it has some great fight.
You didn't
scenes.
love it?
that.
I did not.
Oh my
I thought
God,
it was
Devindra, I felt like it was
fine.
made
I
for
thought
you.
It was fine because I've seen a lot of those types of movies. The fight scenes were okay. Like they're
Would
pretty
you
good.
put Mortal Kombat 2's fight scenes above Blades of the Guardians fight scenes?
You know what? I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of fight scenes of people fighting in the desert, like a lot of those things. The choreography is totally fine. That's also a B
I'm
movie.
loving Jeff's
That's
reaction
also
to this right now.
it's
I
very
am
much a B
shocked.
movie. The only thing is it's not in English, so you can't quite see how much of a B movie it is. But no, it's
definitely a B movie, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying the fight scenes are on a completely different level, in my opinion. I am
Some of
shocked
them.
that you don't.
some of them again,
with that.
but
No,
it's
I gotta
not
watch
a
this
Mortal.
movie, Jeff.
It's not a
nail
Mortal
it.
Kombat
movie.
I have to now. Yeah.
There's no spinning blade hats in that movie. There's no. There's a lot of things.
Their
There's a big
weapons
difference.
catch on fire, David. I mean, Devindra.
I've seen weapons catch on fire all the time.
All right.
It's fine.
We gotta get the
the
spoilers. We gotta get the spoilers. But Devindra loved Mortal Kombat 2. Jeff, not a fan.
Wait,
I think it's great if you're a fan of the games. You will find stuff to enjoy here. You know.
I want to
And
say one more thing before we
yeah.
go to spoilers, and that is the other thing that I think is a problem here is that the last few actual Mortal Kombat games have had really decent story modes.
Yeah, I've heard.
And the visuals are almost photorealistic. The visuals in the games look like people with makeup on and wearing costumes. And so like at this point, I kind of feel like this movie is a little redundant in that you get it just playing the game, you kind of get a better experience story-wise. And
You know what I don't like, Jeff? I don't like playing Mortal Kombat.
well,
I don't. I'm a Street Fighter man. Sorry.
I
Wow.
do prefer Street Fighter as well, but
Yeah.
I'd rather do the fighting than watch the fighting. But
There are a whole bunch of animated movies too, which people have pointed us to, and I'm aware those exist. Again, I want to have the vibe of the '90s movie. That is what I want. Get us back there. We as a society have gone on a downward trajectory since that movie. So come on, bring it back.
Let's get the spoilers for Mortal Kombat 2 starting right now. Here's one thing I admire about Mortal Kombat 2 is making an entire movie to set up a brand new protagonist that's not in the video games at all. We're like, we're going to create a whole cloth new character. And just in the second film being like, oh, wow, people didn't like that? Fuck him. Like he's just
Head smash! Head smash!
He's gonna be in literally 3 minutes of this film and we're gonna smash his head in. You know?
Imagine Louis Tan reading the script like, "Hey guys, Cole Young's just not."
Did you send over the Cole Young pages in the script? I didn't get those.
My script's kind of light. I don't know what's going on.
I've been waiting years for me to finally be in the tournament. What?
He was in the tournament, and he's still there because his brains are on the floor.
Also, you know,
but just before we finish that point, it's just like they really did recalibrate after the first film, right? And like for good or ill, in my opinion. Here's the problem. In my opinion, and a lot of people have given me shit about this, I think the first film is good. Like Mortal Kombat 1, the Simon McCoy movie, is a movie I would feel comfortable showing to non-Mortal Kombat fans. Like, hey, watch this. This movie gives you a sense of why I like Mortal Kombat. I feel comfortable recommending Mortal Kombat 1, the movie, to basically anyone. Because it's a normal movie. It's like a conventional film that has a protagonist and a 3-act
Conventional
structure.
is the word to use. It is Mortal Kombat. Shave off all those rough edges.
Let me just finish.
Let
me finish the point. Okay, Mortal Kombat 2, not a movie I feel comfortable recommending to anyone. Right? Like,
Good.
This is a movie.
Not everything has to be for everybody.
This is a movie that it's like, yeah, this is only for the hardcore fans because I think only they will appreciate it. I don't know what people who don't have any affiliation with Mortal Kombat would do with this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the craziest thing about this is if someone has heard of Mortal Kombat, they have heard of Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Raiden. Those are the characters who are almost completely absent from this
Johnny
movie.
Cage. And Johnny Cage.
And Johnny Cage. You want your fill of Scorpion and Sub-Zero? That's all the first movie. That's all.
I know.
Let's learn about their
aware of that.
backstory. Let's learn about their beef. Let's learn about origins of their devil power, like hell powers, like all that stuff. And my thing about that first movie is like, guys, can we move on? Like, okay, I know to set up a story. Why are we spending an hour for people to discover their powers? What is going on here?
I have to say this to I know it's very clear we disagree about this film.
Yeah.
But say what you will about the first film. I felt more in that first 6 to 7 minutes of Mortal Kombat 1 when Scorpion's family is assassinated by Sub-Zero.
That's the best scene of the movie. Yeah, that's the first 6 minutes of the movie.
But this movie never even rises to that level for me. Like, nothing in Mortal Kombat 2 rises to the level of the opening scene.
It tries to do the exact same thing at the beginning.
Yeah.
It tries to do the same thing with katanas.
It tries to do the katana.
Right. But
and I think, listen, again,
which by the way is not bad. That opening scene is not bad.
It's not a bad scene. It's a good scene.
Think it's like a solid opening scene. But you know, you're going up against Hiroyuki Sanada, right? And like that's just a tough thing to do.
It's tough.
So
I mean, but also again, I've seen many samurai movies. Where the hero's
that's the opening scene
brutally
of the movie,
killed. Yes, you take this thing that you have seen many times before. Did you know that's Scorpion? Did you know that's Scorpion? And also Scorpion, master tactician in battle. Your family's getting murdered like 100 feet away from you. You're not hearing anything, buddy. He's really. I rewatched that movie.
We're relitigating the first Mortal Kombat movie.
Apparently we are. But I'm just saying.
All right.
I hear you. I know why you like it. I get it.
Yeah,
it is very conventional.
You're right. Yeah. It's a conventional film, and it's like, oh, this is like a decent movie version of the thing. How
does Marvel get everybody to love superheroes?
Right.
They made a palatable entry point for a lot of people.
This movie is for the real sickos who like are really into the game, and I think they will find a lot to enjoy here. You know,
this movie is for people who will cackle when Liu Kang says to the evil zombified version of Kung Lao, "I will save you. I will find a way to save you." Then 10 seconds later, splits his head open.
Just not right now.
Hat.
Just not right now. I will save you, but not.
Right, end this fight
in the future. But apparently, like death doesn't mean anything in this universe.
There's
anyway,
a necromancer, so yeah, Ko Young's gonna be back. Whatever. Like I was shocked when they like smashed his brains in. That is kind of funny that you did that to the lead of the first movie. Yeah.
I still can't get over the fact that you think that the fight scenes in this movie are universally excellent. I think there are some good fight scenes, but I don't. Listen, I do not think that
I judge movies in their entirety, in their full entirety, right? And the Yuen Woo-ping movie, the fight scenes are great,
incredible.
I did not care. I did not give a fuck about any of those characters. I did not care about those.
I haven't fuck about any of these characters.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
I just spent 2 hours of setup. Getting to know a lot of them. So
I haven't seen Blades of the Guardians, and even I'm offended. I need to watch it so I can be re-offended.
Yuen Woo-ping has made a lot of bad movies, guys. Have you forgotten Crouching Tiger 2? Yuen Woo-ping directed that. He's directed like as much as I love him and he's a master, not all of his movies are hits.
There are a couple of decent fight scenes in this one, right? Like Katana fight scene against Johnny Cage, pretty decent. Kung Lao Liu Kang, very good. Like that was really creative. Like when he throws the hat and then teleports into the hat, right? Very good. Like all that stuff.
I thought the end where we're like cutting between multiple fights that are all concurrent. I thought that was done really well. I will give it credit. But I do think the second half of this movie is much better than the first half. I thought the first half, it took so long to sort of get going. And the fights at the beginning, I did not think were very good. I didn't love, I was really worried, honestly, when the movie started. Like that first fight with Katana's dad, I just didn't think it was very good. And then there was a couple of other fights. I was like, ugh. And then they get better and better. So, you know, it saves its best stuff for last, which I always appreciate in a movie.
They kind of learned the lesson from the first movie. Like the first movie, the opening fights are the best. Unfortunately, yeah.
All right, folks. Any other thoughts about Mortal Kombat 2? And by the way, like, I guess we should just talk about how we feel this movie leaves Mortal Kombat. Like, Mortal Kombat 3 has already been greenlit, right?
Greenlit,
so, like,
yeah.
How do we feel
it tries
about
to
where
end
we
on a cliffhanger-y thing?
So is it a cliffhanger?
I mean, not
cliffhanger,
like
the
but
band
like
is together. We're gonna
we're walking off.
Fight.
Now we're gonna do the next thing
without Cole Young, by the way.
Without Cole Young,
fuck that guy.
He'll be back. We got a necromancer.
Hey,
we got this guy here. This guy seems important. This necromancer. Yeah.
So here's what happens at the end of the movie, according to Wikipedia, right? Shang Tsung attempts to kill Raiden in his weakened state, but the amulet's destruction restores the latter's power and easily repels his attack. Sometime later, Johnny, Sonya, Raiden, Katana, Jade, Kano, and Baraka prepare to use a captured Quan Chi to revive the other fallen champions, end quote.
There you go. By the way, Quan Chi is played by Damon Harriman.
That's wild.
I know. It's wild. Yeah. Like, the dude shaves his head. He's like in full makeup, just being goofy. Like, that dude is usually
he looks like one of the villains from Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Very strange.
So, Devindra, are you looking forward to the third? What does Devindra Hardware want to see in the third Mortal Kombat?
This movie is specifically made for me. When I saw that trailer, I was like, you're putting Carl Urban, 50-something Carl Urban, who has never headlined a Hollywood picture. He is, Dredd. He did Dredd, but we didn't see his face. Nobody knew that was Carl Urban.
Amazing movie, by the way.
And he's Johnny Cage. The more I learned about this movie, the more it felt like it was made for me. Like, as somebody, like, I am not making up my fandom for Carl Urban here. I think he is a genre actor who's always delivered, who's always fun. In Hercules and Xena, he was multiple characters, I believe. He was Julius Caesar at one point. Like, I've just always enjoyed watching him. I think he has a lot of, like, innate charisma, and he's an actor that I've always wanted more for. So now it's like, hey, get to see him be in a very successful Mortal Kombat sequel. I love that for him. And I like the movie. I don't have high expectations for this. You know, like, it met my expectations of what I imagine a Mortal Kombat movie should be. And I think, like, personally, I still think it feels like the best Mortal Kombat movie to me. Like, I have to make less excuses for this one than the first one. But the first one was a better vibe, and is wild how we had this perfect vibe and they keep missing. They do not understand how to recreate that. Maybe it was just the 90s. You had to have techno. It was the 90s. You can't recreate that. Yeah.
That very first 90s movie just felt like a celebration of this thing. It was like, isn't this crazy? We got to make this, you know? And the
music is better than you've ever heard before, like in a Hollywood movie. Like, that was, you had to grow up in the 90s to understand the rise of techno, because, like, whatever electronic music is today, it is not the same. And I was there for all of it. It was so
I had literally CDs that I bought from the store that were just like collections of rave music.
Yes.
Go Speed, go Speed. You know, the Speed Racer rave song. So good. Anyway, I do think this is the first movie where someone gets punched in the balls and then thanks the person for doing it. That's
the Johnny Cage Baraka stuff. I'm sorry, that sold me. Like, your power is you are Johnny Cage, and the Baraka stuff is just, it was funny.
I did enjoy it. I did enjoy that. I thought that was fairly enjoyable. But by the way, I made a mistake. It's George S. Clinton that did the score for Mortal Kombat 1 and the Paul W. Sanderson one, and I thought he did a marvelous job. So anyway, that is our thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2. A good time was had by some.
And we'll be back for Mortal Kombat 3, which is the thing that's happening.
I think I'll just say this. I think what's so interesting is Mortal Kombat 2 had such a different structure than Mortal Kombat 1.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm curious, like, are they just going to do the same thing again for Mortal Kombat? Is it just going to be a whole bunch of different characters, no main character for Mortal Kombat 3? You know, like, I hope that they pick a main character and stick with it this time. Like, that's what I'm going to say. Like, you can have like 50 fights. That's all these characters. That's cool. But, like, have a main character next time. And I think that will be a better experience for everyone. That's my hope. But despite everything I just said, at the end of the day, it is really impressive that Simon McCoy made a movie. Thank you so much for watching this video of the Filmcast. Check out these other videos that we have available, and be sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get other videos from us in the future.
You can also go to thefilmcast.com to catch all of our audio podcast versions of all of our episodes.
And support this podcast at patreon.com/filmcast. patreon.com/filmpodcast, where you can sign up for ad-free episodes and exclusive After Darks.
Thanks so much to everyone who makes the Filmcast possible.